Is email marketing dead? And if so, why on earth would you want to use it as a strategy in your business? These are just some of the questions that I'm going to be answering in today's video. So if you are a service provider selling a high ticket service, you may well already be using email marketing or considering getting started with email marketing as a way to get clients for your service. And in this video, I'm going to help you make a decision as to whether that is a good strategy to use. So let's talk a little bit first about some of the things that might put you off about email marketing. So for starters, it can be quite an overwhelming thing to get started with. There's a kind of big tech setup side, and if you don't feel very techy, that can feel like a big roadblock that is going to sort of stop you from getting started in the first place. Email marketing can also be quite time consuming. You know, if you're going to build an email list, that requires creating assets, creating things like lead magnets, and it also requires you to email your list on a regular basis. And so this is all, you know, added time that we need to consider as business owners, and whether that time is best spent on those types of activities or whether it could be better spent elsewhere. Then you've got the actual skill required for email marketing to consider. It's a whole new skill that you now have to learn. You know, often, especially if you are a solopreneur, you know, you're wearing a lot of different hats and you're having to learn a lot of different skills. You're having to learn sales, marketing, and now, you know, different types of marketing, you know, how to write a good email, how to write a good blog post, how to write a good post for Instagram, and so on and so forth. So that can all feel quite overwhelming as well. And so it's really important that we give good consideration to the types of strategies that we're choosing to implement, and, you know, the time that we're going to spend on those strategies. So let's go back to the question that this video poses. Should you be growing an email list in order to get clients? And my answer is a very simple and resounding yes. Yes, you should. I very rarely recommend specific tactics to clients when I work with them. I'm never going to say to you, you should absolutely be on Instagram, or you should absolutely be, you know, making YouTube videos. I'm a big believer that we have to find the tactics and the strategies that fit us, our personality, our skills, the time we have to spend, and all of that stuff. And the one exception to that is email marketing. I have a background in email marketing. Before I started my own business, I worked in email marketing for a FTSE 30 company. And I have seen firsthand the power that email marketing can have on your lead generation, or, you know, audience growth, relationship building, and of course sales. So if you are still undecided, let me chat to you a little bit about why email marketing can be so powerful. So first of all, let's just compare email marketing with perhaps the other kind of biggest tool that we have at our disposal as online marketers, and that's social media. Now, social media is great. But if you look at, if you compare social media with email marketing in terms of reach, you are going to get way more reach by emailing your list than you are by posting on your Facebook page, for example. If you post something on your Facebook page, you can expect around maybe 1%, if that, of the people who like your page to actually see that post. If you send an email to your list, you can expect something closer to, well, at least 25%. And that's a fairly low benchmark. Looking at my own emails, I'm getting closer to between 40 and 50% open rates on my emails. So, you know, you're getting a lot more people who are actually going to see that content. So for me, going back to that question of, is this time well spent? Yes, it's much better time spent creating something that 50%, 40%, 25% of my audience are going to see than something that perhaps only 1 or 2% are going to see. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, now that we've established that, yes, I do believe that email marketing is a great strategy to use to get clients, let's talk a little bit more about how that actually works in practical terms. Because it's easy to say, just go do email marketing. But what does that actually mean? So for me, I just want to talk a little bit about what I refer to as the 3 C's of marketing. And this is the kind of marketing journey that you take people on. And it's also the only 3 jobs that you have to think about when you are planning out your marketing. There are only 3 things that your marketing really needs to be doing. The first C is connection. So that's attracting new people to your audience, new ideal clients, preferably to your audience, so that you are constantly bringing new people into your world. The second C is conversation. So this is where, once we've attracted someone's attention, we start to build trust with them. We start to help them get to know us, and kind of really facilitate that relationship building process, so that they are better placed to make a decision as to whether we are someone that they want to work with. And then the third C is conversion, which is where we start talking to them about our paid services and inviting them to take the next step, whether that's booking a sales call, or emailing us for more information, whatever that next step looks like in your own sales process. And for me, email marketing comes into its own for those last 2 C's. It's a really, really great tool for that trust building, relationship building, credibility building process. If you are showing up week in, week out in someone's inbox, even if they don't need your service now, when the time comes that they do need your service, you're going to be the person they look to. You're going to be the person that comes, front of mind when they're thinking, oh, who do I know who does X, Y, Z? And that is powerful, right? Equally, if you have something to sell, if you're wanting to, which presumably you do if you're watching this, sending a sales email to a list of people who you have nurtured, who know, like, and trust you, is going to have really, really great results, much better results than, something that you're putting out to perhaps a colder social media audience, or putting out maybe through ads to a really cold audience. Email marketing is a really big asset for your business. So if you haven't started an email list yet, and it's something that's been on your list, I urge you to put it to the top of that list and get started today. And if you have got a list, but you've been, let's say, neglecting it a little, then consider this your nudge to go back and give it some love, because it really will be a massive asset for your business. I hope this was helpful. As always, do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it helpful, give the video a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do. I'm here Monday to Friday with daily videos to help you develop and fill your high ticket service.